Hello, everyone. It is Bad and Jerry here, and I would like to discuss the new Primarch book, Sanguinius the Great Angel. Now, for those of you that don't know, I'm fairly new to Warhammer 40k. I've been a fan, I'd say, for about 3-4 years. I've only played like one actual match. I really like the lore, and I like building models. And I got into it via Gundam because I have a whole collection of Gunpla, but that's all besides the point. I've been getting into reading a lot of the books from like the Black Library and whatnot, and I really have been enjoying the Primarch series. So when Sanguinius the Great Angel was supposed to come out in December, I was all for it. I love Sanguinius. He's our beautiful golden hawk boy. We all love our boy. But I forgot to pick it up once it came out. And instead, I ended up getting the audiobook version and listening to that on Audible. Not sponsored. I haven't seen anybody except for Wolf Lord Rowe talk about this, and I'm not going to say anything about his review. You go ahead, watch his review. You come back, watch mine. But essentially, I didn't like the book. Like, I get what they were going for. They were trying something a little different. They're trying to show you Sanguinius's like faults and flaws and whatnot through the eyes of like not a commoner, but like a remembrancer, right? And that the whole thing didn't sit with me, right? Because like I get that the Ninth Legion was basically trying to like revamp itself once Sanguinius was found, and him being the cause of the curse and its cure is like very cool and like symbolic in a way. But holy shit, all the other Primarch books, we get to hear the thoughts, the ideas, and whatnot from the Primarchs themselves. And in this, we get like a sprinkle of Blood Angels, a sprinkle of Sanguinius's words, and then like near the end, a little bit of interaction between Sanguinius and Horus. The entire time, it's like this remembrancer is supposed to like, write propaganda about the Blood Angels, and his whole goal is basically to try and find dirt on them and like expose them for their faults. And as he spends more time with them, he like gets to know them and kind of like really like admires them. And it's not that he falls for like propaganda or anything like that. It's more so he kind of comes to understand Sanguinius and what the Blood Angels are wanting to do. But the entire time, we find out nothing about the Red Thirst. Like, if I didn't know about the Red Thirst beforehand, you could have gotten away with it. Like, near the end, with, like, the secret part of the ship and whatnot, they hint at things. They hint at, like, some of the, Space Marines losing themselves to something, but it's never really given a name, never really documented or anything. It's just always hinted at, like, in the background. And that would be fine if this was like the first book of like maybe a trilogy, but it's not. It's its own book. Now hopefully they will do what they did with some of the other Primarchs and have a second Primarch book, like Perturabo, for example. Perturabo has 2 books, and a couple others have more than one, so hopefully we'll actually get something from Sanguinius's point of view. But like, this one really disappointed me. I mean, we all like Sanguinius. It's basically a universally accepted opinion that most people like Sanguinius to some extent. And to maybe hear, like, they paint him as this tragic figure in the book, but it would be nice to hear some of the tragedy come from his own lips, about how he knows about his death and he's gonna go and fight anyway. How his ability of foresight, like, is fantastic in battle, but like it will really fuck him up in universe. But that's really it. Like, no shade or anything, but I don't know. This disappointed me. I would have really liked to hear more about Sanguinius himself and less about some cynical remembrancer that goes from nothing to kind of a Blood Angels fanboy. Other than that, like writing wise, I give it a 7 out of 10. But like for it being a book about Primarchs, I give it a 3 out of 10. Take it easy.